Tonight, President Biden is defending his decision to deploy an additional 1,000 troops to aid in the Afghanistan withdrawal. That raises the number of troops deployed to 5,000. Biden says the move is to ensure a safe and orderly withdrawal of U.S. personnel, and this comes as the Taliban takes over multiple cities. Biden and his administration have remained steadfast that it was time for the U.S. to continue to close the 20-year war and for Afghanistan to fight for itself. As the first U.S. troops begin to evacuate American embassy workers from Afghanistan, a local lawmaker who served in that country as a Marine is speaking out about what's happening on the ground there now. Here's NBC 10's Jeff Saperstone.
My question to those who say we should have stayed through the fighting season, we should have stayed until next winter, is what then? What would be different in 2022 than in 2021?
Congressman Jake Auchincloss, a Marine veteran who led patrols through villages contested by the Taliban in 2012, says the U.S. is making the right move by pulling out of Afghanistan. Right now, the Taliban continues to advance towards the capital, capturing key cities along the way.
Now is an emergency, yes, but also an opportunity for the Afghans and the Afghan leadership in particular to seize hold of their nation and to forge it by holding on to Kabul.
Do you think they can?
Yes, I do think they can.
But Auchincloss says it's up to the Afghan government now, adding that the U.S. spent 20 years and $2 trillion to build up a 300,000-person army and air force. He says the counter-terror mission in Afghanistan has been successful, but a counter-insurgency mission could have never succeeded.
We would win every battle. The United States military cleaned the Taliban's clock every time they got into a skirmish, and yet we would still lose the war. Because counterinsurgency is the act of building a nation, and only the people of that nation can build it.
He says he understands why fellow veterans are frustrated by what is now happening after spending 2 decades there.
The anger and the frustration that fellow veterans feel watching these scenes unfurl, and I feel them as well, should be directed first and foremost at the national security officials for the last 2 decades who have lied to the American people about the viability of a counterinsurgency mission.
And Congressman Auchincloss tells us he plans to question national security officials at a congressional briefing about all of this 2 weeks from now. In the newsroom, Jeff Saperstone, NBC 10 Boston.
Congresswoman